A quite sensational beginning to the carnival. There's a Spider-Man on the floor. We can find a spider. There he goes. That's their mascot, the Spider-Man band, the Bournemouth Carnival band. I've never seen anything quite like it. Not only were they superb musicians, but they entertained as well. Wonderful. We're looking at the police horses. There's a little bit of, I'm not saying crowd trouble. There's so many people that they're just having problems putting them into the crowd. A lot of people have been stood queuing since 1 o'clock, and the police quite rightly are telling the newcomers, you must go to the back of the crowd, that it's only fair. There's the police horse just moving them to one side. And now the carnival procession proper is going to be underway. We're stopped at the bottom of the hill at Glastonbury. It's a beautiful evening, as we said before. Looking down the road, we can see all the lights. There's the fire engine. Just waiting for the officials. The chief marshal has stood actually in front. He's just waiting to give it a go. They're moving the crowds back still. Now the procession is actually underway now. There was a little bit of hold up, as I said, with the crowd problems. Not problems with the crowd, just so many people. There's the Glastonbury division of the Somerset Fire Brigade, who have the honour of leading procession. Of course, they're not just there for show, they are on duty this evening. And we've got a very sick patient there. He's actually collecting trolley, they're collecting money for the various charities. And all this work is for charity this evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again it's my very pleasure to introduce you to the Chilkwell and Glastonbury corridor. Once again we have a fetching display of light and music. Make yourselves comfortable because it's a long procession. It'll probably take at least 2 hours to go by any one given spot.
That's actually the mayor of Glastonbury is in the official limousine, the mayor and the mayoress.
But above all, please give generously to the collecting boxes as they come around, so that we can, in the future, when we distribute this money to various charities, bring little light and charity and hope into the lives of those who are not quite so.
Now we've got a good shot of the vintage Rolls Royce coming up the road, and I can tell you that the Carnival Princess, the Carnival Queen, I beg your pardon, her attendant and the Carnival Princess are in the limousine, the Rolls Royce. The Carnival Queen is Miss Nicola Phelps, the Carnival Princess Miss Nicola Ardley, and her attendant Miss Kim Hennessy. And very lovely they look. That's the mayor's limousine. Just behind the mayor's limousine, there it is, a vintage Rolls Royce with the Carnival Queen, the Carnival Princess and her attendant. Here's the first of the giant floats this evening. This is from the Harlequin Carnival Club of Ilminster, and their item, there it is, typically tropical. The music, I Musi by Modern Romance. They're from the Bell Inn. Last year they did the Mary Poppins entry. Really excellent. John, I like this one. This is a good start, a good standard. It's going to be set this evening.
Yeah, and this is actually their 100th time of taking part in a procession, and as it happens, the number they've been allocated for this year's carnival is number 100. Although we mustn't let that throw you, because although all the carts have been numbered from 1 to whatever 100 on, they're not all in order, of course, and as it happens, this is number 100, and this is their 100th time of participating in the carnival.
That's just a little taster of what's to come this evening. We can feel the heat of the lights over here now. It's going to be a beautiful evening. Not a sight of rain anywhere. It's a clear sky up above. And the dancers are happy and the carnival is underway.
nicely decorated generator there, Malcolm.
And a backup tractor for Glastonbury Hill at the back. There it is, a little vintage tractor, a little backup wagon just in case they need a little push. This is the Mel Hewish family street. Donna Marie is a jellyfish, Claire Louise is the birthday party girl, and Simon is Pudsey Bear. The costume's made by Graham, Mrs. Fawkes. Claire Louise has a hole in her heart operation, and the doctor said she could take part in the carnival as long as it wasn't raining. That's Claire, that's the birthday party girl, and that would be her. So it's lovely to see that she's out, it's not going to rain, and she's going to enjoy her carnival. There's Pudsey Bear. Who was Pudsey Bear? He was the Children in Need thingy, wasn't he? On the Wogan show. That's right. There's my two favourite characters, Mr. Laurel and Mr. Hardy, in their Avalon Round Table collection float. And there's a lot of money flying that way. Not all going in the float, I might add, but there's kids just behind picking the money up and throwing it in. While we're watching the people in the crowds, let me just say thank you on behalf of myself and John Farrance and Swift Video, in fact, for the letters that you wrote to us last year. We had several letters talking about the video and talking about little things that we didn't know. If you've got anything to say and you want to write to us, then feel free. That we do enjoy getting your letters. We're looking at the Calypso Carnival Club of Bridgewater, young Calypsos, and they're toys in a box. There's the little ballerina in her jewellery case. There's a Jack in the Box, a Century Boy, and there on the far side, that's Cindy. The young Calypsos. He's got a long walk, that little fella. There's the little ballerina just sitting down, taking a rest. Oh, lovely hair. I wish I had hair like that. Yeah, I wish I had hair. Cleopatra and her mummies. This is from the Carey Crackpots of Castle Carey. Last year they were the Tetley T-Men. Now they've got it all wrapped up this year. Cleopatra. Is that Liz Taylor at the front? It looks remarkably like her from the side. No, I don't think it is actually Liz.
Looks more like Swellen to me.
Cleopatra and her mummies. Just behind Cleopatra, we've got a great character, Mr. Brinicum. There he is, George Brinicum and his dog Susie, but I don't see his dog Susie this evening. She must be having a night off. George Brinicum will watch it. And he's doing Mrs. Father Christmas. Mrs. Santa Claus. There are George. He's a great fella. And every year he's in the carnival. A face built for carnivals. You can see from the crowds that we've got massive crowds. I've never seen so many people here. From the Wales Carnival Club of Bridgewater, this is their gigantic entry, the first of the tableaus we see this evening. Solomon and Sheba. This is based on the characters created by King Vidor in his film with the same name, Solomon and Sheba. You can see the giant Black Panthers pulling the coach with the Queen of Sheba in. That's Solomon at the front with a couple of Vestal Virgins. There, there's a splendid sight. The Black Panthers pulling the coach. Sheba is in the coach at the end. The Queen of Sheba. It's not easy to stand still like that. There she is, the Queen of Sheba. She heard about the wisdom of Solomon and decreed that she would go and visit this great man. As I said, it's taken from a King Vidor film, Solomon and Sheba, in which Tyrone Power had the lead, but unfortunately for Tyrone, he died when the film was a quarter of the way in, and so had to be replaced by Yul Brynner. We missed We're looking at the Mohican Carnival Club now, and they're teed off. Last year the Mohicans were a mounted entry. This year, through various problems with funds or lack of funds, they decided to go on the road just to keep the carnival spirit going. They don't mind if they don't win anything. Their prizes are just the happy smiles on the faces of the crowd. The Marina Sydenham Juvenile Carnival Club have been winning all the way around, having a very great season this year with their entry, the Mississippi Showboat. The music by the Mike Sam Singers.
Come on here, come on here, Alexander's right.
Well, a lovely sight, the old Showboat coming up through, and this is the future of Carnival with these kids. They do it as juveniles, then they get a little bit older. I've said it before, but the Carnival will be in good hands in the future with kids like this out every night, singing, dancing, enjoying themselves. The Marina Sydenham Juvenile Carnival Club of Bridgewater. By the costumes and the cart, the lights, the work, the paint, it's all done by the kids and with a little bit of help from their moms and dads, of course, but they're down there working night after night. Great enthusiasts. They love Carnival. It's in their blood, you know. It's in the blood of these Somerset people. Just behind that mounted entry from the Marina Sydenham, we've got a young generation Carnival Club of Bridgewater. On foot there they are, the Crazy Clowns. They were first at Bridgewater and North Petherton last year. They're all aged between 8 and 15 years old. And they go around every year on foot. That's it, they can dance to the music. Now the music's overlapping from the cart behind. The Newmarket Carnival Club's entry. And it's called Hey Big Suspender. We'll be seeing it now. Here it comes into view. There she is, the legendary Shirley Bassey. And we go along to all the dolly birds, and there it is, the beautiful bunny girl. Oh, what a beauty. Thousands of girls applied for the job, and these are the beauties that got the job. The dozen most beautiful girls in Somerset. Oh, look at that. There's a lot of hearts going to be broken this evening, John.
There's a lot of varicose veins up there and all.
Look like an AA road map, some of them. They've had first prizes everywhere. That's their generator with several rubber appliances in the back. One's missing. I wonder where that went. I think we could look back at the band now. Thank you. My cameramen are fascinated by the dolls. I think they put in a bid for them. Looking very resplendent in their beautiful blue and white uniforms. It's the Avalon Street and Glastonbury Marching Band. We'll sit back and look and listen to these. Sorry, a little bit of trouble in the crowd there. I had to go away. Sorry about that, John. I think we're looking at the San Vantra Carnival Club now.
Yeah, that's it. The San Vantra Club from Chapman Slade. Their presentation this year, Arthurian Legend. And these are the ones that have won the County Cup for the last 3 years in their class. And a very nice, well-made little presentation they've got themselves this year.
They keep winning the County Cup. They're going to win it again this year.
Well, it's very well made. All the costumes are nice. I don't see any reason why not. I haven't seen anything to beat it so far. And there's a lot to come.
That's right. This is the Valley of the Dunes, presented by the Normal Airs and Morley Carnival Club of Yeovil. Sorry, I'm only on Coca-Cola as well. I'm getting tongue-tied. You'll be able to see it at the story of Lorna Doone. John, you're an expert on Lorna Doone. Perhaps you'd like to take us through this.
And this is, of course, based on the book by R.D. Blackmore. And it actually shows the ceremony where Lorna was shot by her brother, Carver Doone. You can see him there in the purple clothing, sticking his gun through the window, and I don't know if we're going to get a shot of Lorna lying at the altar there. In actual fact, she's the girl who's playing the part of Lorna is getting married for real next May, and she's hoping there won't be a repeat of the event that took place on the carnival cart. And there we are, number 73. That's the very famous Mr. K.H.H. Bailey from Bournemouth, who travels absolutely everywhere that any British team or football crowd or whatever go. He's the official cheerleader, and he's actually wearing the yellow outfit that he wore at the Seoul Olympics. He went there as our official cheerleader, Mr. Bailey.
He's actually related to the Baileys leather people of Glastonbury. Cigarettes, whiskey, wild, wild women. That's from the Carey Comedians Carnival Club of Castle Carey. The music is by the Yeti, specially recorded for them at their headquarters, the Cockhill, near Castle Carey. They've won 10 cups so far this year. They've travelled over 200 miles. And the 84-year-old electrician, Len Fennon, he always travels with them.
That blonde's a wild, wild-looking woman there, Malcolm.
You have enough trouble giving out the cigarettes. There's the name of the girls are actually written on the cart, the generator. Flirty Gertie, Lilo Lil, Lonely Lucy, Tipsy Trixie, Naughty Nancy, Dirty Diana, and Slack Alice.
Oh, good old Slack Alice.
I thought you remember her.
I never really found out why they called her Slack.
From the Centurions Carnival Club of Bridgewater, we present Jason and the Argonauts. As the card unfolds, you'll see there the beginning part of the card. This depicts Jason's fight with the Harpies in his quest for the Golden Fleece. Then in the center spot, you'll see him fighting the skeletons that were made from the Hydra's teeth. The Hydra's teeth were thrown down and they became skeletons. And at the back is the battle with the multi-headed Hydra. Right, let's keep picking up. There's the front with the Harpies. There's Jason actually holding the Golden Fleece. The people at the top were the gods, the Olympian gods, who were playing with the characters on Earth. They were using them as pawns. There they are, the lovely gods at the top of the card, looking down on the world and all the tasks that they've set them.
And there we are, one of the camels. Carnival Club from Glastonbury. Their presentation this year, Who Do You Sphinx We Are? And the idea, I think, is the two camels are supposed to be pulling the Sphinx, but I think they got detached somehow or the other.
There's a lovely girl. I know she comes from Frome. We'll identify her later on. Her name is, of course, Lisa Mead. And the item is Catch a Falling Star. She's 9 years old, Lisa. This guy's completely crackers. That's his entry. I'm completely crackers. His name is Damien Mead. He's 13 years old. Last year he did Rock Around the Clock. And he was runners-up in the County Cup. This is a charity collecting float.
Ladies and gentlemen, goldfish here this evening. Got over in Jack and the goldfish could be yours. Come on, that goldfish you always tried to could be yours here this evening.
Well, that's a novel way of collecting money. All the money goes to charity, as I said.
All you have to do is knock over a duck and go over the goldfish.
There we are then, all the fun of the fair, getting the people to entice them to throw a bit of money and try and knock down some of the little tanks there. or a coconut if you've got a heavy enough coin. I think it'll take at least a pound coin to knock one of the coconuts over.
So win yourself a goldfish here this evening.
I don't think that young lady in the pushchair is taking part in the carnival. I think we've gone over the road to...
I know these people come from Bournemouth, and we've got a little gap in the procession, so I whipped over for a word. You come from Bournemouth, madam?
I do come from Bournemouth.
Is it worth the effort coming down?
Definitely, absolutely, definitely.
There's still a lot more to come, you know.
Lovely, so looking forward to it.
Good. How long have you been here waiting to see it?
Since 1 o'clock.
I've never seen crowds like it. This is
No.
the biggest crowds I've ever seen. We've been coming here for about 5 years. I've got to go back now. There's more carnival coming.
Thank you.
Hope you enjoy it.
Well, this is a little bit strange. We've got the Griffin's Carnival Club tractor, their presentation, the Devil's Masquerade, has come on in front of them. Now, I don't know whether they might have had a little bit of trouble with the tractor, and I've got another one to pull them up the road. It looks as though they have, and from what I can see coming, there's quite a few lights out on the tractor, so we'll just have to wait until they get up to us and find out exactly what's gone wrong.
With that, because I do know that the tractor that they dressed up with their own, that they sort of modified the tractor over a few years and made it together. It's not got the power, and they calculated on it going up the hill, but it seems at the last moment that they've decided it won't make the hill, and so they've gone back to a stronger, more powerful tractor. They won't lose any points because they'll move their number back to the cart and just be judged between the numbers. That if your number's on the front, they include the tractor, but if it's just on the wagon, the float, then they just judge you as a float. There. I've said it. Stuart Kingston we're looking at. This is Billy Berger. And now we're straight into the Griffin's Devil's Masquerade. There are some lights down now. They're certainly going to be downgraded for this. The top rotating lights are out.
Oh no, no. Keep going.
They're certainly having power problems. Music's gone. They'll keep dancing. It's all part of life for a carnival. They were hoping to do well this evening, looking for a first prize. They've had several second prizes, and they were hoping for a first, but I'm afraid that is immediately 10 points down for lighting, and to lose that number of points, you can't win. They'll put this down to just a really good carnival.
Yeah, when you think, Malcolm, that some of these carts need anything between 200,000 and 300,000 watts to run all the lamps, they certainly got to have some very reliable generators to keep them going.
Yes, very, very unfortunate. We're looking at Tracy Allen, and she's from Frome, and she's a litter bug. And this is Sharon Allen. She's from Frome also, and she's portraying Tutankhamun, the bust. This is her 6th year in Carnival, but she's only 9 years old. From the Rock Bear Carnival Club, and it's their juvenile entry, and it's the Mermaid's Wedding. A little smile wouldn't have hurt there. Mermaids and mermen, merpersons, I suppose we call them in this liberated age. And they're at the wedding. Closely following the Mermaid's Wedding, we have a local character. He's local, he's from Bridgewater. He's quite a personality. His name is Dougie Leatherby. John, Dougie.
Oh yes, Dougie Leatherby lives in Crowpool Lane at Bridgewater, and this man has done a wonderful lot of work for charity. In actual fact, he's raised £3,500 already this year for guide dogs for the blind. Wonderful job he does.
It's a Kind of Magic on now. I don't have her name. I know it's a Kind of Magic, and she's 15 years old, and she didn't put her name down. There it is. It's Tracy Cook. We've got it on the computer. Tracy Cook of Wincanton. She's won 13 prizes so far with this. So she's walking there with an air of confidence. from the Pegasus Carnival Club and their presentation, Rhythm and Glitter. There's a guy always blowing his own trumpet. The Pegasus Carnival Club come from Wookie, the Pheasant Inn at Wookie. Last year they did the Mexican Fiesta. They went to the Easter Parade in London with it. They used to be a tableau and now they're features and they're enjoying life to the full. Come follow the band. Which show's that from? Mr. Parents? Which shows come follow the band from?
That one that the young gentleman that was playing the Phantom of the Opera was in before, which was called
Barnum.
Barnum.
Of course. It escaped me for a moment. There's a few gaps. We'll just take a long look around. Look at the crowds there. Now they're way back, 20, 30 deep. There's people milling around all over the place that just can't get in behind the barriers because people have staked their claims. They've been from the early hours of the morning right through the day. They're queuing up this busy November shopping day in Glastonbury, but they're still queuing along the pavements. The Springfield Carnival Club of Ilminster and their title, The War of the Roses. So far this year they've taken 6 first prizes. That's in the Southern Federation, and they were in fact Southern Federation champions. I have my money on that one this afternoon. Beautiful costumes. You see all the ones at the front with the yellow, with the white rose, and the ones at the back with the red roses. Now, it's Yorkshire and Lancashire, the War of the Roses. I'm not sure which ones wore the red rose. Red rose of which? Lancashire?
Pass.
Well, there you go. That just sums up our tremendous knowledge of the world.
I know that they throw a red ball when they're playing cricket.
There's more in life than cricket. The War of the Roses, anyway, superb. John Snow of Glastonbury now, and his magnificent float. Snow's alpine float. Snows do amazing things with timber. They're at a peak when it comes to trusses. Not that sort of truss.
Sorry. Malcolm's just shot down with a roving camera to see if he can get hold of Dame Edna Everidge there.
Your Highness, Dame Edna, we really are honoured that you are with us this evening.
I know you are, Possum. It's really spooky to be here.
Oh, I will always treasure this moment, your Edna-ship.
So you should, and it's nice to see you.
It's lovely to see you. Don't catch cold now.
Well done there, Possums, a little chat. Just coming up the road now, I can see the Crown Cavaliers Club. Their presentation this year, Paris Showtime.
Paris le soir. Cavaliers of Bridgewater, great bunch. That's Karen at the front. She's a lovely girl. She's wearing genuine French knickers, John.
I beg your pardon?
She's wearing genuine French knickers, our Karen, which is a novelty in itself, but they are genuine French knickers, made in two French towns, Toulon and Toulouse. I'm always glad that I wasn't born in France because I wouldn't have been able to understand a word my mum and dad was saying to me. Come on now, shake it about, girls. Look at them laughing at the crowd. The music, Girls, 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 I believe was by a group called Sailor.
Well, it would be, wouldn't it?
With Karen, yes. They're great sports. We know all these people personally. We don't just insult people we don't know. We insult people we do know. We know them all. We love them all. Another collecting float coming up the road now. And the money's still going in. There's the young scouts and cubs working hard, picking up the money that misses the van. From the Young at Heart Carnival Club.
Ah,
so macho. We've worked out that the float is the top layer of the girls, the Japanese geisha girls, and they're looking for their macho men. They don't want weaklings, they want macho men, the sumo wrestlers. And the karate experts.
Well, Malcolm, look at the muscles.
I think he'll be using one of those trusses later on. What's going on there?
I got that one from Snows.
He needs to be so macho. They're having a great fun. They're from the Sedgemoor Inn at Westonzoyland. We're picking up the sound now of the music of Al Jolson, and this is the Boys Brigade of Yeovil and their carnival cart. It's a little showboat. From the king of all singers, Mr. Al Jolson, Asa Jolson, probably the biggest artist ever in the world. A little bit of a whistle there.
Well, there's some nice looking girls there. I think I'll join the Boys Brigade again.
You were drummed out the Boys Brigade. They won't have you back. Al Jolson was in the first talking picture of jazz singer. You may be interested to know that he was the first artist to release the long playing record. They were legends in their own time. They were legends long after they'd broken up. And in fact, one of them died. I'm talking of the Beatles. This is the Westonzoyland Carnival Club and their interpretation of the great Beatles LP, the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. They also based at the Sedgemoor in Westonzoyland. And they came first in their class at Bridgewater last year.
What we noticed this year actually that a lot of the carts, in fact I suppose about 75% of them, are using the gear-driven turntables on the carts. And it actually consists of a motor driving a long shaft that runs right up the length of the cart and then gear wheels to drive the separate turntables.
Never been equaled, never been bettered. The Beatles, the legends of the 60s. And that's the Westonzoyland Carnival Club's interpretation of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. This is the backup tractor for the Gremlins Carnival Club, who will be coming along in a moment. It's just cleverly disguised as an old steam engine. It is in fact a modern tractor underneath there. If it's raining, they need two tractors to come up the hill. Tonight, we're very fortunate it's not raining. It's a lovely, lovely evening, so it's just going round for the trip. And this is indeed the Gremlins and their interpretation, their presentation this year, the Electric Cowboys, the modern moo cow movers of America. The music, Living in America by James Brown. Now we're getting a good shot at him. Their best prize so far this year is a second. They're hoping for better tonight. The good, the bad, and the ugly, they're all on there. He's good. Looking at Ian Underwood, he's a local lad from Street. They call him Hot Rod. He's the king of clowns. Last year he was first everywhere and got the county cup. From the Mendeville Carnival Club of Wales and their interpretation, Voodoo Magic. This is the first floor of the cart. It's built in two halves. Underneath is the snakes and the graveyards, the skulls. All the things you associate with voodoo magic. And in the top section are all the voodoo dancers. There you go. A lot of excellent design gone into this cart. That was excellent. They're going to win something with that. They're based at the Globe Inn at Wells. Last year they were the ultimate warlords. And most of the people on the cart this year, the first time in Carnival. And their motto, win or lose, plenty of booze. We hope to see you again in many, many future carnivals. We're looking at Bob Kingston now. That's Bob's little daughter. Actually, that is little Emma Kingston. She's a 101 outsider. And that's what she calls herself. And Bob Kingston, sixpence a ride. Very clever walk-in entry, sixpence a ride. He's won the County Cup in 1984, 85 and 86. And he's hoping to be back in the Cups because he's been winning all the way around the circuit so far. From the Renegades Carnival Club of Bridgewater. Isn't that a quick flash of Ronald Reagan? But we're back to the Renegades Carnival Club and their presentation, Rio Rhythm. What's the war warm you up. This is a South American carnival, all the colour, all the splendour. That's a good view. The best years of your lives, that's these carnival years. They're going to keep dancing. That's not Don Amici, by the way. That's a guy called Rod Savage. He's enjoying himself, as they all are. True Carnivalites. Good club, that. Good, fun, friendly club. They don't pick up a lot of prizes, but they keep going year after year. Here's a club that's picking up all the prizes. Everywhere they've been this year has been first prize. They're in line for the County Cup. It's the Ramblers Carnival Club of Bridgewater, and their entry, Circus on Parade. We'll stay on this as long as we can. We've got a really long shot, and we're going to hold as long as we can and pick up every little piece of this. The Ramblers Carnival Club, Circus on Parade.
Yes, this is the big one. This is the one that's been winning absolutely everywhere they went. And I think they're probably looking for the County Cup. There's, of course, a big tie going on at the moment with one of the tableaus you'll see later on. This is the Ramblers Carnival Club that hang out, as they say, in Somerset, at the Bunch of Grapes in Bridgewater. This one's got everything. 4 turntables, the clowns, the unicyclists, the stilt walkers, the jugglers. There's the seal balancing the old ball on his nose, the elephant in behind, the circus horse, and the big tiger at the back. This is a really beautiful made cart. Very difficult actually when you're seeing the carts go by at the speed they do, but there's a lot of very fine detail on this one and a lot of the others as well that you can miss. All the little clowns cut out in perspex. And made good use of their generator again because all the band are on the generator. Beautiful card, beautiful card.
And maybe county champions, who knows? We're hanging on as long as we can. Now we drop back. This is the lady with the lamp, lady in the lamp. She's Yvonne Allen. She's from Frome. Last year I called her a he. I'm very, very sorry, Yvonne. There you are. You're a lovely girl. Yvonne Allen of Frome. And the guy just behind, that's Martin Allen of Frome. He's a Chinese.
See the little coolies making hard work of that.
It's all trussies and coolies tonight with you. I don't know what's the matter with you.
I got on the mind, I think.
There's a balloon seller. We haven't seen many of those. Now we're looking at the British Flag Carnival Club of Bridgewater and this year's presentation, Minstrel Melodies. their little umbrella track there, coming very close to us, and now turning. Last year they put the Jazz in Razzmatazz. This year they put the Dick back in Dixie. Good old dandy song.
Decorated generator there, Malcolm.
The police have stipulated that the car, including a generator and the tractor, can only be 100 feet in length. This is the rules now. Everybody's 100 feet long, 11 feet wide and 18 feet high, and so they use every inch of space. They don't waste a bit of space. We're looking down the road again. This is the tractor roof these girls are dancing on. It's the Crusaders Carnival Club of Bridgewater. Their interpretation, their presentation, The Gambler. The tractor driver. I'm going down to see if I can catch some of the road crew in a moment. They've had a lot of trouble this year, but I see they've got everything working. I'm going to see if I can find the electrician, congratulate him. That was good. I see you've got all your lights working this evening.
Yeah, I told you we get there in the end.
Are you going to win?
No.
No? This is the bottom of the hill. You say you're not going to win?
No, you know.
All the lights.
Depends on the night.
Everybody dancing. It looks good. I wish you all the very, very best.
Cheers, pal.
Bye.
Well, we're not absolutely sure at the moment, but we think this is the Guildford Phoenix Youth Band. And if they've come from Guildford, that's a long way to come for the Glastonbury Carnival. Guildford, I believe, is in Surrey, is it not, Malcolm?
Or Essex, one of it.
Guildford in Surrey, that's a long way to come just to participate in one carnival.
We're looking down the road now at the YMCA Carnival Club of Bridgewater. This was a club that was dying out a few years ago, but they've done a recruitment drive, they've got a lot of new members, and they're really back strong this year. Their entry is called Peacock's Paradise. They've got 2,200 peacock feathers to make the headdresses and 940 meters of sequins in the costumes. The music from Modern Romance. Yeah, we're getting it unfold now. Beautiful blues and greens and whites, unusual colours for a carnival float.
And just like to say, Malcolm, this is a club that has been improving and improving so much lately that I think they're going to be a real threat for the County Cup contenders very, very soon now.
I hope so. It's good to see original ideas. Now that's a nice shot. There's the peacocks with their fans, their tails. I think if they'd had a little bit more movement, a little bit more imagination used with their dance and their movement, they may have done a little better. The cart design's good, but they're very, very static on the float. You need to dance, you need to sell yourself a little bit more than they're doing. But they're getting better as the years go by.
Well, I mean, there's only so much a peacock can do, Malcolm.
You know what I mean. You're just trying to get me here to say things that I'm not going to say. I'm just saying that they've got a lovely cart, lovely costumes, beautiful colour combination, and a little bit more choreography put into it, and they'd have been up in the prizes. This is my opinion.
Well, I was just trying to lead you into trouble.
We should be identifying these in just a moment. It's called Sunshine Walk. It's the World Carnival Club of Glastonbury, of course it is. They're based at the Glastonbury Football Club. And I'd like to say special thanks to Jason Lockyer for his help in getting the cart on the road due to a late start. The Sunshine Walk from the World Carnival Club of Glastonbury.
Well, if that was a late start on the road, they certainly made a good job of the cart this year. This is the Highbridge Young Farmers Carnival Club. Their presentation this year, Yabba Dabba Doo. As you can probably imagine, the Young Farmers are not a big club, but they always try to put on a nice, pretty presentation. There was a time, of course, when the Young Farmers just used to have a barrel of cider and a lot of straw and hay floating around, and that was about it. But now they're going in for the more modern carts with lots of lights and lots of features. This is the Globe Carnival Club. You can see coming up the road. They come from Wales. Their presentation this year, Tall Tech Dawn. That sounds like the music of Jelly Bean I can hear too. Their headquarters are at the Little Theatre in Wales. They did Dancing with the Captain last year, if you saw the video. And the Toltec was a dominant society in Mexico around the year AD 1200, whose origin is surrounded by mystery and legend, as is their demise. The headdresses the young ladies are wearing have got 1,000 LEDs in each of them. And when the dressmakers were making the costumes, they had to sew 20,000 glass beads into them. So that'll give you an idea of just how much work goes into these costumes, let alone building the cart. The Britannia Carnival Club, based as you might imagine in the Britannia Inn at Castle Kerry, the Temple of the Fans. They're actually entered in the open feature class, which involves all the clubs from all the towns around the county. That's the music of John Michael Jarre you can hear. They say they're a small friendly club who started about 10 years ago, and that the applause they get from the carnivalites watching the carnival is a great enough reward for the year's work they do in making the cart.
The Wincanton Carnival Queen, so we're highly honoured that she's here. I knew Joanna when she was only a caterpillar. All her family, we've seen them go through the Sixpence a Ride, Emma Kingston and Billy Berger, her brother. That's all the family. They love Carnival, come here every year, great. We're looking at the Marketeers Carnival Club and their ghost train. They're in high spirits, that's the name of their entry this year. The music is by Creedence Clearwater Revival, big hit of the 70s. A good shot of Frankenstein there. He's facing the wrong way. It's a very famous character, the bell ringer. Everybody knows the bell ringer. Victor Hugo invented him. His name is Quasimodo, the Hunchback of Notre Dame, ringing the bells. The bells. There he is. We have a giant coming up the road from the Pentathlon Carnival Club. Their enormous entry, Shogun. A quick word, John, and then we'll look in awe.
Yeah, this is the one I was telling you about earlier on, the competitor for the Ramblers Carnival Club for the County Cup. This is the Pentathlon Carnival Club from Morgan near Bridgewater. Shogun. This is a magnificent cart. It is a tableau, whereas the Ramblers are a feature. Just have a good look at this car. This is magnificently built.
From the 12th to the 19th century, they were a class of warrior families. Their life was a constant readiness for combat. They were bound by a strict code of conduct and an unwritten code of courage, the Bushido. By the 19th century, they were no longer called upon to fight, and their most treasured possession was a two-handed battle sword that was handed down through the generations. The magnificent entry from the Pentathlon Club.
I know you're not going to disappoint us tonight. We took £10,500 at this carnival last year. We thought we could take at least 15 here tonight, and I'm sure we'll also put it together help us to well. We want to manage the people out for a local ambulance. Let us help people alive and some get away with accident. I'm sure we can't think this is going to work out for us.
Thank you very much, sir. Very generous. There's a young lady walking around making sure no money is being left on the floor. The music I expect you're picking up is from the next float. And here it is, from the Lime Kiln Carnival Club of Bridgewater. And it's called Disney's Magic Kingdom. And there's the star at the front, Mr. Mickey Mouse. And it's his 60th birthday on the 18th of November. He made his film debut then on the 18th of November in a film called Steamboat Willie. And this is what happened afterwards. The Disney Empire was created, and this is Lime Kiln's interpretation of the Disney Empire. That's the little shuttlecraft that travels around the Disneyland. And underneath are all the characters from Disneyland. There's Captain Hook from Peter Pan. And Smee just behind. Pluto the dog. In the flying Dumbo elephant is Peter Pan. There's Minnie Mouse. Goofy. How many people know the name of the fox? His name is Honest John. 101 Dalmatians on the floor. The music is actually taken from the Disney album, The Magic Kingdom. There he is, Honest John the Fox. And there's another unmistakable face, Mr. Donald Duck. The music was M-O-U-S-E, Mickey Mouse. Just behind, and this is it now, this is from the Bohemians Carnival Club and their presentation, The War of the Worlds, taken from the 1951 film by Gene Barry. The music, of course, is from Jeff Wayne, and this is well, it unfolds is the battle of the Martians versus the people on Earth. We were defenseless. The battle was lost, and then the smallest of all micro whatevers killed off the Martians. They had no immunity to the diseases of this Earth, and that killed the Martians. A wonderful story by George H.G. Wells, Harold George Wells. First published in 1898.
Well, it's a baby band. The Dragons Carnival Club for North Bethlehem.
I'd like to say something a moment. That girl at the front is my niece. That's my niece.
So you're an uncle, are you? Well, let me tell you, about 5 weeks ago I became a grandfather. But our baby isn't as big as those are at the moment.
The music, of course, is from the legendary Glenn Miller Orchestra. John, you're a world authority on Glenn Miller. Let's hear everything you know about Glenn Miller and his orchestra.
Well, of course I knew Glenn Miller very well, being the age I am. If you ask me to say what he looked like, he looked a lot like James Stewart, actually.
Thank you. A world authority. He's got a lot of money. It's actually in a bedpan, I think. From the Cross Rifles Fawkes Juvenile Carnival Club, their entry is Gnoming Around. They're having their very best season ever. There are 8 boys as gnomes, 4 girls as flower fairies. They're all aged between 9 and 16 years. And 8 of them, excuse me, 8 of them are making their debut in Carnival this year. We know the music very, very well. Zippity-doo-dah, this is from the film, a Disney film, Song of the South.
I always think, Malcolm, now looking at this young juvenile club here, it's a pity there have to be winners and losers, because all the year round they work to get everything just right. All the models they make, all the lighting that has to be done, the costumes that have to be made, and there's got to be winners and there's got to be losers.
I think we're the winners, John, when we see these cars come past.
Oh yes, we are indeed the winners, getting the privilege of watching all this, because, you know, I mean, what we're talking about, something like 75 to 80 carts that go past us in the evening. And they've all put a tremendous amount of work in during the year. And there's got to be winners and there's got to be losers, but they all deserve to be winners.
You're watching the official Glastonbury and Chilkwell Carnival video, and I hope you're enjoying it. My name is Malcolm Jones. The co-presenter is Mr. John Parents. And this presentation is coming to you from Swift Video Services of Bridgewater. We got a chance just to look down the road now at the Bay Jays, at Bay Rose Gillingham in Dorset, and their entry is called the Arabian Nights. This year in the Wessex circuit, they've got second features overall class. They won 9 trophies, 4 first prizes. They're aged between 10 and 20 years old. Lovely models. That's the Bay Jays. We didn't know a great deal about them. We're learning all the time. Immediately behind, this is the Pariah Carnival Club of Bridgewater and their presentation, the Mikado. This is one of the young ladies from the Mikado, or the town of Titipu. The Mikado, of course, from Gilbert and Sullivan. The operetta was first presented at the Savoy Theatre, London on March the 14th, 1885, and it ran for 600 performances. It was the most popular of all the Gilbert and Sullivan operas. We can never forget the characters from the Mikado. There's Nanki Poo and Yum Yum, the Emperor of the Mikado. There's Pooh Bah, Pity Singh and Peep Bo. Three little maids, are we? We're looking at a trade exhibit now. The Rizzuti Garage of Street. It's not a Charlton Timber Centre. There's one of the unsung heroes. He's on a generator of Pariah. So you got to sit and nurse these monsters during the long hours that the procession is going. Everything's great while it's going, but if you get a breakdown, well, you're a hunted man. That's a beautiful model. It's a Fiat, probably an Uno. Fiat Uno. From the first Castle Kerry Boy Scouts. And their entry this year is called the Smurfs Go Canoeing. It's been a little while since we saw some Smurfs. We've got a gentleman sitting with us right now. He's you're from Street, I understand.
That's right, yeah.
Just down the road. Are you enjoying the show?
Absolutely marvellous. Fantastic.
All right, I'll put you in the hot spot now because we've got a little minute. Who's going to win?
I don't know. Yeovil Town, I think.
Yeovil Town Football Club. They're always winners.
So, I wouldn't like to pick a winner.
No, that's all right. Well, we'll stay neutral here, shall we? Leave it to the judges. They've got an enviable job. Thank you. There's another trade exhibit from the Charlton Timber Centre of Radstock. Charlton's windows, gates, doors, garden furniture. They must have the easiest job in Carnival. Over the last couple couple of weeks I've been watching the Carnival, and here's a card that I think is excellent. I don't think it's been winning very much, but I think it's excellent. From the Buccaneers Carnival Club of Burnham-on-Sea. And it's their Pirate Fantasy. You look at this as it unfolds. This is really clever. Clever, isn't it? That was excellent. That was everything that pirates are, all cleverly portrayed. We're looking at another collective vehicle. This is an inflatable, the Royal National Lifeboat Institute inflatable, collecting money. I don't know if the money's going to the lifeboat service or whether it is actually going into the kitty. I expect it'll go into the Glastonbury kitty, the Glastonbury and Chilkwell collection, and be shared out amongst all the local charities. And the money's still going. We'll see if we can look in, see how much money's in there. Oh, that's a fair bit. Some pounds, some silver, some copper, and a couple of credit cards. Can't be bad. The Hillview Carnival Club of Burnham-on-Sea. This is a Juvenile tableau entry, and it's called the Pride of London. The little flower sellers at the front. There's a horse guard. There's the little flower seller, bless her heart. The beef eater. The Pearly King and the Pearly Queen. A Chelsea pensioner we can see just a little way back. Crown Jewels in the middle. I always associate this music with Monty Python's Flying Circus. There it is, side view on. Very, very good. Couple of first prizes this year. Pride of London from the Hillview Juvenile Carnival Club. Even though it's a juvenile club, they've been entering carnivals now for 14 years, so they're very experienced. And here's one of the oldest Bridgewater clubs, the Vagabonds Carnival Club of Bridgewater, and their presentation, the magnificent Aztec Splendor. There again, we'll see every inch of this wagon is being used. There's people dancing on the tractor. It's lit, it's got columns, eagles, and that's just the tractor at the front. And it'll be 100 feet of lights and entertainment. Let's let it unfold here now. Aztecs of Mexico. Their dynasty was ended by the Spanish conquistadors in the early 16th century. They worship the gods of nature, the rain god and the earth goddess, and the birds of the air, the eagle. There's the generator. You see every inch. They were on the tractor right through to a guy right on the edge of the tractor, the generator at the back. 100 feet of action. That's the boys on the generator. They learn to dance all together. Good choreography, and you just got to remember that these are only just working boys. And suddenly they become Aztecs. Right behind the Vagabonds, we've got the Gorgons Carnival Club of Wales and the Magician. Music, well, we can hear it, is Abracadabra by the Steve Miller Band. We'll see if we can pick up the tractor driver in a moment. His name is Dave. We'll try and get him in the shot in just a moment. There he is. That's Dave, John. Remember Dave?
Oh yes, Dave has actually given up his silver wedding anniversary celebration of being at Carnival this year. I don't know what his wife will have to say about that, but that's real Carnival spirit. No matter what's going on, everything stops for Carnival.
Well, we go back to the float now, the Magician from the Gorgons. He's not on the card. That was the captain of the Vagabonds Carnival Club, Graham, who's just walking along behind the float. He doesn't actually appear on there. These were actually at the end of the procession when it started off, Bruce, so I'd just say that they've been doing this dance and stood on the float now for nearly 2 hours. The time here right now is coming up to 20 to 9. It's 8:35 actually. And so that's nearly 2 hours that they've been on the float. It's a long time. They've got a long way to go right around the top of Glastonbury and back down again. But at least they're dry and they're happy. We're eating out now. This is with the Mid-Somerset Young Farmers. We don't see many of these. Everybody used to be in the cooking pot at one time. They're a rare item now. You can always count upon 6 or 7 cannibals with cooking pots, bits of stuff being thrown out over the crowd. They don't seem to do it nowadays, John. I don't think the authorities allow them to do it now.
It reminds me of when the two cannibals were talking, and one said, I don't like my mother-in-law, and the other one said, well, try mine.
We got the sound of the surf. The Mended Surfers coming up through the Macintosh Carnival Club of Colford. The music, the Fat Boys. And loud. Well, he knows the words. The Club was formed by Mr. E. Phillips to give the youngsters of Colford an interest, and they worked very hard this year doing their fundraising. And we say very well done to the youth of Colford. That's Wipeout from the Safaris, used to be anyway, now it's an interpretation done by the Fat Boys with a couple of the Beach Boys thrown in. All the sounds of the 60s. I love it. Take me back to the 60s. The Pratton's Carnival Club of Midsummer Norton now, and they're taking a chance based on the song by ABBA.
Generator to beat all generators. Look at that one.
Beautiful. Even louver doors at the back. They're a very good sound system as well. We could hardly talk. We could hardly hear ourselves even, so we didn't talk. In fact, they're getting better at putting the sound over these days. The Wells and Glastonbury Young Farmers Carnival Club presents the Rockin' Rollin' Cavemen. I think that's the old Tommy Still number. They're from Hurstbatch, which is near Wells. Last year they did Speedy Come Home. They were runners-up for the County Cup, and they went to London for the Easter Parade. The choreography this year is by Marie Loxton. Smiles to a lot of faces. Some lovely looking cave girls on there as well. There's Dino the dinosaur. I don't think he's going to make it all the way around. He looks pretty tired now. We're only at the bottom of the hill. He's got to go all the way up, all the way down, and all the way round. That's the dinosaur bride at the back. What does this say? Good quiet home needed for two pet dinos. Telephone Nigel, Shetland Mallet, 2683. Anybody want a couple of dinosaurs? The Waterside Carnival Club present Butterflies. The Waterside Club is based at High Littleton, which is near Midsummer Norton. They're headquarters of the Walton Rovers Football Club. Whoops! She nearly fell off the front. We had her. Tell you something with this crowd, that John, this is something that's been missing for a little while. They're enjoying themselves. They're all laughing and smiling, singing a song and enjoying themselves. It's nice and refreshing to see, isn't it? Riverside Carnival Club's butterflies. Happy butterflies. We've got some beautiful music coming up in a moment. We're going to sit back and listen because we love it. It's the Tales of the Viennese Woods. It's from the King William Moorlands Carnival Club, Glastonbury, and the Butterfly Ball. This is quite sensational. Look at the colours. Really beautiful. The music Tales of the Vienna Woods. And this is the club. It's been going for 27 years and it's the oldest club which has appeared continually in the town. Congratulations. You're the best in the town tonight. This is getting a lot of applause.
Music of old Johann Strauss. What a beautifully made cart this is, and beautiful costumes. There's a nice little close-up of the makeup the young ladies are wearing. Just looking at this can show you exactly how much work goes into a cart all through the year. Butterfly Ball by the King William Carnival Club. Since setting out, our orchestra on the generator, they say, has turned out to be absolutely marvellous. They've been christened Jerry and his Altrix. Oh no, the Altrix. Geriatrics. Oh, Jerry. Yeah, right. Jerry and the Altrix. Yeah, all right then. And the secretary of the form they sent us has been signed P.A.T. Thick Secretary. Now, I don't know unless her initials or some reflection on her character. But there you go.
A beautiful card.
The City of Wales Leo's Club saying thank you for all the money that people are going to throw into the cart tonight for the collection that goes on behalf of the charity and to help towards the prize money for this wonderful carnival.
Ooh, this is the Wind Whistle Carnival Club of Weston-super-Mare and the Keepers of the Black Pearl. There's some beautiful young girls on this card. Oh my gosh, I was just looking at the beautiful mermaid.
Just as a matter of interest, Malcolm, the little black globes they're holding. Do you know anything about the history of this?
No, I'm afraid to ask.
They're not black pearls by any chance?
Yes.
Maybe, yes?
There's every chance they may be, as the float is called the Keepers of the Black Pearl. Our cameraman's trying to get in and get a good shot of the beautiful young mermaids and mermen. C'est la vie! This is the presentation from the Clutton Carnival Club of Clutton. Last year they were a tableau entry and they were knights in white satin, which took 7 prizes. This year they're going to do their little French number. The can-can. Our cameraman seems to be obsessed with one shot and one shot only. Thank you very much. There's the onion sellers on their Tour de France bicycles. And the lovely French tart at the back. Or French pastry, as we would say around here. There was always something about the miniskirt that I found very attractive, you know. I think it's what is in them, actually. The Avalon Carnival Club of Glastonbury. And this year they present the Gypsy Jamboree. They're based at the Haviat Manor. They weren't in it last year. The Avalon and the Phantom Club have joined together for this year's entry, sharing and everything. Say hello to Bob Collins driving a tractor. Well, we missed him, but hello, Bob. This is his first year driving instead of being on the car, so good luck, don't hit anything. The music's by Cher, Gypsies, Tramps and Thieves. Hung on as long as we could. The Masqueraders Carnival Club and their presentation, Living in America. This is really breathtaking, this with the colors, the makeup, and the costumes. They come from Mere, near Glastonbury, the Countryman Inn, Mere. Let's take a long, lingering, lustful look at this.
Long legs those young ladies have got.
I had noticed. Last year's entry was the Tijuana Fanfare. Sing that song, girl. Look at the makeup. We got a good shot there of the makeup on the men to match their costumes. Excellent. Our cameraman tonight is in a leggy mood. And why not? You're a star, boy. Sing that song. Hop, 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 hop. Good guy. a trade entry now from the Avalon Motor Company, Wells Road, Glastonbury. And it's a Mercedes recovery truck towing a trailer with 2 cars on it. The cars are from the Seat range. And I think they're waiting to let a collecting float back in. Yes, they're just, before the trade exhibit comes in, there's a collecting float. He's going to go around for the second time to see if there are any odd pennies that people have forgotten. Pennies, pounds, anything. It's all for charity, and it really is a great free show. You haven't got to pay if you don't want to, but it's nice to chuck in a few bob for charity, isn't it? Okay, we can carry on now. A couple of Seat cars in a tropical extravaganza. Now we see it, after a little delay, the Avalon Motor Company, Wells Road, Glastonbury. And a couple of Seats. That's quite nice, the white one. If I say your name again, will you give me that white car at the back? The Avalon Motor Company. Thank you. I'll collect it, you don't need to deliver it. The Mendip Hospital Carnival Club of Wales. Another song by ABBA, Money, 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 and their entry is called Loose Change. It's a rich man's world. The Village People Juvenile Carnival Club of North Newton, which is just near North Petherton, Bridgewater, and they present Clown Olympics. Sorry, I was looking at one thing and talking another. The Clown Olympics. How dare I not pay full attention to these young kids, the lifeblood of the carnival. Last year they did Flowers in the Rain. They didn't win as many cups as they wanted to. But they're going to win this year. That's the tractor driver. He's not a juvenile, but all the rest of them are juveniles. Just the clowns at the Olympics. I don't mean the British or American and other athletes who took drugs at the Olympics and made fools of themselves. I mean real clowns and real Olympics. No steroids here. I think they could have used a little livelier music than this, a little bit heavy, but you win again, they say. This by the Bee Gees. My friend John Farrens is going to take us through the next cart along the road from the Hockey Duck Carnival Club, and it's Aladdin's Wedding, John.
Oh yes, and being in pantomime, of course, I can well appreciate the work that's gone into this one. Aladdin's Wedding from the Hockey Duck Carnival Club. They come from actually Colford. The music you'll be hearing is the Miami Vice theme, we hope. They did the rescue of the Viking Princess last year. And Keith Watts there, the man who's selling the lamps, Ebenezer I believe, last year fell off and broke his arm, and he got back up on the cart and completed the route, not realising he'd broken his arm. Some nice makeup there for the Chinese characters. Full of pantomime theme this was. Down the road, following close behind Aladdin's Wedding, the Dolphins Carnival Club.
Thank you, John. Bosun Bill's Barmy Boppers. Some more beautiful mermaids come, John. I know you've had a secret dream about these young mermaids.
The mermaids on this card will change your mind about the ones that went previously. There's some rough looking mermaids on this one, especially one in the blue at the back. We'll probably get a view of it in a minute.
What do you mean it?
There's no other word to call it.
There were a lot of people digging holes in the ice to get this one out. Hello. Oh, there she is. We've got her, there she is. The beautiful mermaid. She used to lure the sailors onto the rocks. The Dolphins Carnival Club of Glastonbury. They're all good sports, they're all having it. Oh! They're raising a lot of smiles here. Rub-a-dub-dub, 2 girls in a tub. I bet there's real cider in there. That's a little Richard, isn't it?
A beautiful car coming. Malcolm.
Yes, this is from the Lockington Carnival Club. And they come from Colford near Bath, and they present brass ornaments on a mantelpiece. The music, of course, is a theme from upstairs, downstairs. They're based at the Manor Farm, Lockington, and this is very, very clever. You've all got these brass ornaments around the house somewhere. All recognized. Taken 4 years to present this, John, to get it from the first conception to print it on the road. An effort very, very worth taking the time and getting it right, isn't it?
Certainly is, Malcolm. The costume material alone on this cart must cost an awful lot of money. I think you ladies know better about this. I think it's what they call gold Lorex that the costumes are made of. And the gold paint certainly doesn't come cheap, so you can imagine why it's taken them quite a long time to be able to afford to do a presentation like this. The Lockington Carnival Club from Frome. Brass ornaments on the mantelpiece. Sounds like the theme for an upstairs and downstairs they're playing, I'm not sure.
Yes. Oh, we got a slight problem with it. Just had to put an ambulance in the parade. I hope there's no one in distress anywhere. I hope it's just going around. These ambulances that you saw at the beginning of the parade, they are on duty. They're not just there as an ornament. They are actually on duty, on station, on standby. And I think this one has just joined in the parade again, so that they are able to get at any accident anywhere in the town. Some mothers do have them. This is from the Aces Carnival Club of Burnham-on-Sea. They only decided 6 weeks ago to do a small float just to keep the carnival spirit alive within the club. There's all the little beautiful bouncing babies. The music, Leader of the Gang by Gary Glitter. They're based at the Victoria Hotel at Burnham. And last year they did Jailhouse Rock. Just a little simple idea, but okay. It's all the fun that counts, not winning, is it?
Looks as though there's a few nappies want changing there, Malcolm.
Well, you can do that. I'm not going to do it. Who Will Buy is the name of this, and it's by the Moonraker Carnival Club of Melksham. Who Will Buy? We've got the baker, the lemon seller, cherry girl, the knife grinder, the orange seller, and a guy at the back moving. He's too cold, I think.
A famous lady who used to sell oranges, wasn't it?
Yeah, Nell Gwynn.
Nell Gwynn, that's the one.
We're looking at the Shambles Carnival Club and their presentation of the way it was. Little boy at the front's been caught nicking the fruit. Then we've got the chimney sweep. The tractor driver is actually very good as well. He's a town crier, holding the bell one-handed. He's like he's frozen, ain't he? Like he's like he's in tableau. He's actually driving a tractor. That's the chimney sweep on the float now itself proper. And the bread girl selling the bread. The little girl with a hoop. The guy, there's the girl with a hoop. And the drayman delivering to the inn. The Shambles Carnival Club of Shepton Mallet. The music, come on. Last year they did Martial Arts of the Orient. Oh, I remember, yes. The club was founded in 1979.
You to enjoy with your children and friends. Show your appreciation. Throw the money in the back of the trailer. It's local charities that we're trying to help. Yes, people that you know. The ambulance brigade for one. New equipment that they're going to receive. Save lives of you and your family who have an evil. So here is your chance. Particularly the people not necessarily in the front row, but in the behind, haven't had the opportunity to have the collection for years. They're afraid the back and they're so behind
Chaps. There's bandits at 1,500. We should be going in. It's a bombing moon tonight. We should be shooting pigs from the sky. The White Hart Carnival Club present Pigs Might Fly or Chops Away. On a little aircraft carrier, you can see the ship that actually goes up and down in the water at the front. They get the old air pressure pumping that up, and there's all the little piggies. There's the front of the ship coming up now. They're all sitting on an aircraft carrier. And there's the brave lads flying away. Why need England fear when we've got pigs like that in the air? Why we will always be defended? They'll fight to the last bit of crackling. And so we say goodbye to the pigs and look around, and there are the monkeys. It's the Monkey Olympics from the Mardens Carnival Club. They're actually based in Midsummer Norton near Bath. The music is the Monkeys, and they're at the Monkey Olympics. Last year they did baby training, John. Do you remember that?
Oh yes, and this happens to be a real family affair on the car with 5 married couples, believe it or not. And 2 of the couples got married since last year. They've also got a father and a daughter as the chairman and secretary of the club. And after last year's entry, which we called baby training, 5 of the girls got pregnant. And they've managed to produce a boy and a girl between them so far. So as they're doing Monkey Olympics this year, I hope there isn't any repeat of last year's performance. Coming up the road there, it's the Hot Rock Club. They're swinging on a star. All the way from Gillingham in Dorset they've come tonight. A blue and white theme, no less. The tractor and the cart all decorated with stars.
Couple of swingers there.
What? To swing on a star, carry moonbeams home in a jar. WSM Motors.
Another great exhibit.
They come all the way from Yeovil. They're doing an exhibit of the very fine vehicles that they hire out for self-drive. Very nice vehicles too. You want to hire a car? Go to the Mercedes-Benz people. WSM Motors. All the way from Yeovil.
And if they'd like to give us a minivan, we will accept it. And look after it. Do all sorts of things with it. The Genesis Carnival Club and their tableau and presentation, the Pride of India. Number 22, a little bit out of order. These don't seem to get much luck. They seem to be at the end of every procession, John. I thought they come from Highbridge. They didn't think they'd be entering the carnival this year, but they did a fast recruitment drive. And they wish to say a big thank you to Mr. Kingston for letting them build a cart on his farm. And it's the Pride of India. And they're going to be cold, I can tell you. It's really, the night is descending down on us. It is getting colder and colder. This is an entry by the 18 plus Carnival Club of Ilchester. A plussing good way. Oh yes, 18 plus, a plussing good way. Of course it is. And the 18 plus group is a group that get people to go out, meet other people their same age, their same interests, and thoroughly enjoy themselves. The 18 plus group, and this is from Ilchester. And as we take a long look at them, the clowns and rabbits or whatever. Oh, he's going. All right, now, that's the ball. They all belong to the National Federation of 18 plus groups. The local area, Taunton, Yeovil, Bridgewater, Exeter and Glastonbury. If you got nowhere to go, you're 18 plus, look out for the 18 plus group. And that is the last entry in this year's Carnival. This is me, Malcolm Jones, saying I hope you enjoyed the Carnival. I hope you're a little bit warmer than us. The night started off beautiful, but it really got a lot colder as the night went on, and now you can see my breath. It is getting cold here. It's been a good Carnival. Will Ramblers win? Will Pentathlon win? Will they be county champions? We don't know. You'll be able to see the results at the end of the credits if you want to look. Judge for yourself, then look, see what the judges did. This is me, Malcolm Jones, and my good friend John Parents.
Hiya, I hope you've enjoyed the Carnival this year. This has been a beautiful Carnival. I would go so far as to say it's the best Carnival presentation I've seen for a long, long time. We hope very much on behalf of Swift Video you've enjoyed the Carnival. We'll see you next year. Good night.
Yep, and good night from me. See you all next year. Good night.